here. And welcome, everybody. This is the Diamond Factory. It's Friday. Listen, this is a great day to be here, a great day to be progressing and moving forward. And I'm Dr. Ross sitting in for our phenomenal Phyllis Nash. I'm telling you, there's so much excitement in the air right now. And I was thinking this morning, I was saying, let me tell you how I got here. This is what happened. I made a phone call to someone on yesterday, and I sent out some information because my team were having this um, virtual presentation on this weekend. And so the lady texted me back and she said, send me a reminder. And so I thought to myself, I responded back to her when she said, send me a reminder. My response to her was, I use my phone to remind me. So that was my mind, that was my thought process. And so I shared with her is that I use my phone to remind me of stuff. So I was trying to be nice and make my suggestion. Can't you use your phone? I'm like, I'm gonna take my time to send you a reminder when it looks like you could remind yourself if it's important enough for you to show up. And so then that made me think about how often we don't, because something is not important, or even if it is important, we miss it because we forget. And then we forget because we don't manage our time. And we're all guilty of it. We're all guilty of being poor time managers. We've heard the terminology work smarter, not harder. And that's what we've got to do to succeed and to make the best and the most of everything we're going to do here at Wakana. We've got to work smarter, not harder. And we're in the technological age. That's why it's so important to remove every blockage from your brain that tells you what you can't do. I was reading an article, and the article said that the average person wastes about 2 hours a day. And you hear people say, man, there's just not enough hours in the day. Are there not enough hours in the day, or are we wasting time in the day? There was a poll that said that the average person wastes about 2 hours. And some of those hours, there's nothing you can do about, because sometimes it's being, you call somebody or you call collectors or whatever you're doing, and they put you on hold. Or you're waiting in a line, or you're sitting in traffic. So some things there's nothing you can do about. But then there's some things there's something we can do about. And I hope that we will all commit to being better time managers. See, it starts there. It starts with committing to that. It starts with you saying, I'm gonna manage my time better this week than I did last week. This month, better than I did last month. This year, the rest of this year, I'm going to be a better time manager. And so how does that start? How does that start? What does that look like? Well, first it looks like knowing that you need to do it. Because you can never fix a problem if you don't think you have a problem. And I believe most of us have situations in our lives where we just did not manage our time better. We could have done a better job. So it starts there. It starts with the acknowledgement that I need to be better at this. And then you've got to do some things. There's some things that you can do to help you manage your time better, to help all of us manage our time better. Know how you're spending your time. Look back over your week. Today is Friday. You can look at all week long and see where did you spend your time. And then you can do better by starting with a schedule. What is the plan for today? And you shouldn't be planning it now. You should have planned it last night. See, you plan it the night before, so when you get up in the morning, you're not planning, you're doing. Oh, did somebody get that? Did we wake up? Okay, now here's what I'm going to do today. No, 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 no. You already got that down. Start doing right now. The moment your eyes wake up, God wakes you up another day to do something, not to plan. You planned yesterday. and then stick to that plan and prioritize because everything is not important. Prioritize, and you can do that by, like I said, technology is available to us. We've got to-do lists on our phone, on our computers, and even they prioritize and show you this is what I need to do immediately. This is what I need to schedule for later. This is what I need to delegate. Come on now. Guess what? You don't have to do everything. Yeah. Some things you can delegate, especially if you're on a job and you've got people that work with you. And then there's some things that you just need to delete. Hit the delete button. Yes. Because you can eliminate those tasks because they're not critical. And then here's something that a lot of times we do. We look at our to-do list and we say, okay, here's the easiest thing to do. Let me knock this out. No, let's reverse that. Here's the one that's the hardest to do. Let me tackle that. Because you'll run through those easy ones when you get to them. Get that difficult task. Tackle that most difficult task first. And then here's our big one. Distractions. Oh my God. How many things come to distract you when you are focused on doing something? Distractions happen to all of us. It's a phone call, a favor from a colleague, or cleaning up the kitchen. Next thing you know, the whole day is gone. Now, some things you can't avoid. If some emergency comes up, we understand that. Absolutely. But there are sometimes we could avoid it. Sometimes some phone calls you should look at and say, okay, I'll get that later. Because you're focused on doing something. And I'm saying that because I was just recently in a situation just the other day, because some of you may know I'm a licensed insurance agent. And so I deal with Medicare, and the season is coming up, and this is also the season that I have to redo my license. You have to do it every 2 years, just like we do certification every month. I got to redo my license. But it's also Medicare season, and we have certifications and tests we have to take. So I've been putting that off because it wasn't important right then. But now it's getting important. And so a friend of mine called me. She said, are you ready to, we got to take a test. We got to go through a test. And I said, hold up, I'm not quite ready, but I'll be ready next week. So I had to put aside some things and focus on going through the modules you have to go through. And so I called her the other day and said, I'm ready. And she went, man, that was quick. I said, no, I focused on it and got it done. I made it a priority and got it done because I still have other things that I need to do, working my business, getting ready for a meeting. So I had to set aside a time, get that done, and we're now that's done. So tackle that most difficult things first. And then sometimes you can group certain things together if they're similar tasks. But give yourself some time limits on whatever it is that you're going to do today. You shouldn't be doing that all day long. No. You've used the whole day to do one thing. No. Because work can expand and fill up your time. And here's our big one. Learn when to say no. Oh, my Lord, have mercy. Some of us just can't say no. We say yes to everything. I had a friend I used to work with, and he would just always, somebody say, can you meet me at such and such a place? And he said, yeah, I'll be there in 15 minutes. He wouldn't even think about the fact that it's an hour drive. He had no concept of time management because I would have to stop him in his tracks and know, hey, dude, you know you can't get there in no 15 minutes. What's up? So we got to learn when to say no. Because guess what? If you don't do it for that person, yes, it still probably will get done. How many of you have people ask you for money and you feel obligated to give them the money all of the time? And if you don't give it, do you think they're going to stop asking? Do you think they're not going to get it for what they need? Now, if you're able to help a person, you're supposed to help that person. But you do have to learn when to say no. And I know that some of you on this call right now, you have a difficult time saying no. You think it's, oh my goodness, that's taboo. Oh my God, what is going to happen? The world is coming to an end because I said no. And then you go on feeling bad about it. And then we got to keep things organized. Keep things organized. part of our wasting our time and part of our lack of time management has to do with the lack of organization. There's clutter. We got to declutter. Maybe you need to bring somebody in and do an organization makeover. Do you need an organization makeover? We need to organize. I have an organized closet, or try to have an organized closet where all of the shirts. It drives me when I walk in there. I'm looking for a shirt, and I got to go in the pants to get it. Now, maybe that works for you, but for me, it does. It takes less time. That's my point. I don't have to look all over the closet if all of the shirts, all of the t-shirts are together. Now it doesn't always happen because sometimes I'm in a rush and you hang something up and boom. But then I try to go back later and move that stuff because I know there's going to come a moment when I'm in a rush, I'm in a hurry, and I don't want to have to look on one side of the closet for my stuff that's in my husband's side and on the other side for his stuff that's on my side. That's just me. I don't want to have to do that, especially when I'm in a hurry. So we got to keep things organized. And even with your computers, how many of you, I've worked with some of you, I know this to be true. How many of you are looking for a file and you got 15, 20, 30 minutes looking for that file because you don't know where you put it? That's going to be something I'm going to show you this weekend when we have our deep dive, because we need to organize. We need to organize even on our computer, our files, being able to find stuff that you don't waste time. Here we are with that again, waste time looking for it. Waste time, and it makes us late. You're late to a meeting. That's when you know you need an organization makeover, because you're always late to a meeting, or you forgot the files that you should have taken to the meeting, or the presentation that you should have taken to the meeting, or okay, here's one. Always having to ask somebody, what's the username? What's the password? I know sometimes we always have to ask, what is the username? Why is that when it's the same one? Because of sometimes having, y'all don't like me now, see, because of the lack of organization. So the good thing about organization is that you can learn how to do it. You can learn how to do it. We are in the age of technology. You can learn how to do it. There are time management tools. There's places to hold files, Dropbox, OneDrive, Google Calendar. You got an appointment? Come on, I've really learned to use Google Calendar. I will stop, put it in there, and no, you can't say, I'll do it later. No, do it right then. Stop and do it right then. I'm getting better and better at that. When somebody says, can you meet me? Can you come and do a scan at a certain time? Can you do this? And stop right then. Go to Google Calendar, put it in, put an alarm on it, let it ring. Doesn't mean you can't think, doesn't mean you don't have a memory, but why use it for all that stuff? Canva. I mean, our CEO is teaching us more and more about how to use Canva. Canva is loaded with stuff. So we don't want to waste time. And then I'm going to close with this, because we have some time wasters. Time wasters. They kill it. They kill us every single day. They kill our time. Procrastination. Procrastination. Please don't wave your hand saying, I'm a procrastinator. That's not a good thing. Don't say I'm a professional procrastinator. That is not a good thing. So we want to get free of that procrastination. Well, how do we do that? Stop putting it off. Do it right then. I learned this in ministry, early days in ministry. My mentor would teach us, if somebody asks you to pray for them about something. Don't say, okay, I'll do it. No, do it right then. Now you don't even have to remember to pray for them. I mean, how easy is that? Just do it right then. So don't sit around waiting. I told you, declutter, get organized. And my last one is this. The hint that messes with your time management: entertaining toxic people. Hello, no. Entertaining toxic people. If you know that the person you're right now engaging with is negative and toxic, why waste your time with them? It does nothing but increase negativity in your atmosphere. And you've heard Latrice talking to us about energy and vibrations. Well, you just killed your vibrations with toxic people. It adds nothing to your day. And with that being said, listen, today is Friday, tomorrow is Saturday. Yes, Minister Mooney and I, we do our hardest work on Saturday morning, 10 a.m. Central Standard Time. I'm telling you, if you want some people to really cross the finish line, that's what I always say, you should get them there. Because the flow that we have, the vibe that we have is just phenomenal. And then, yes, I will be doing deep dive training on Saturday from 12 to about 2, 3 o'clock, something like that. We hang out together. We answer questions. We find out how to do stuff that we having a little difficulty doing. Maybe it's the reels. We're going to do the reels again. We need to probably tackle TikTok. I just told you, I'm going to show you how to fix how to be able to put stuff in folders on your computer. I'm gonna go through this so you can learn how to organize your computer. So that's the kind of stuff we do, as well as doing Sales Academy. So meet us there and compensation plan, right? We'll be there. You be blessed. Have a great weekend. We ought to have parties all over the place going on this weekend, vending events, all that. The weather's still good in most areas, and we want you to have a Wakana kind of day. Bye-bye for now.